Good day, everyone. Today, we are going to discuss the expanded definitions of words. But before anything else, allow me to share with you the objectives of our lessons for today. So, at the end of this lesson, you're expected to define what expanded definition is, get familiar with the patterns in expanding definitions of words, and create a graphic organizer showing the technical terms in research. What is expanded definition? Okay, so when we say expanded definition, defines and explains a single term, concept, or subject. It goes deeper than a simple dictionary definition. And also, an extended definition may explain the word's etymology or historical roots, describe sensory characteristics of something, how it looks, feels, sounds, tastes, smells. Identify its parts, indicate how something is used. Explain what it is not, provide an example of it, and or note similarities or differences between this term and other words or things. Okay, when we say etymology, it is study of the origin and history of words or study of this type relating to one particular word. So basically, when we say etymology, the study of origin and history of words. Okay. For us to be able to understand what is expanding definition is that there are patterns in expanding definitions. First is what we call example. So when we say example, it is a pattern that provides a concrete examples of a term to make it easier to understand. So for example, a tools or tools. So when we say tools, are devices or implements, especially one held in hand, used to carry out particular functions. And examples of tools are hammers, pliers, and screwdrivers are examples of tools. The second one is the cause and effect. So when we say cause and effect, so this is the pattern that analyzes why. So why something happened. So when we say cause, so this is the reason for something happened. So the reason. So while the effect is what happened or the result. So for example, water pollution can result in death of many people because of the harmful chemicals on the water. So throwing garbage in the sea and rivers can cause water pollution. So in the sentence, so water pollution is the cause, while the effect is the death of many people because of the harmful chemicals on the water. So that is the cause and effect. So again, so when we say cause, so this is the reason, and while the effect is the result. So another example is that they cannot go to the cinema because it is too late. So in this sentence, the effect is they cannot go to the cinema, while the cause is that because it is too late. Third is compare and contrast. So when we say compare and contrast, it is a pattern that shows how the subject is like or unlike on something. So it describes the similarities and differences of two ideas or concepts. Okay, so when we say contrast, it is the differences, while the compare, it is the similarities. So for examples, hard weight and soft weight are both flours. So hard weight is a kind of flour made from high protein wheat varieties, while soft weight is a flour made from low protein wheat varieties. So hard weight and soft weight are both flours. So that is their similarities, while their differences is that first, the hard weight is a kind of flour made from high protein wheat varieties. So it is made from high protein wheat varieties, while the soft weight is a flour made from low protein wheat varieties. So that is the differences between hard wheat and soft wheat. So that is contrast and compare. Fourth is what we call negation. So what is negation? So it is a pattern that describes what is not about the concept. It also gives the limitations of an idea or concept. So in grammar, negation is using negative words to change the meaning of word or words or sentence to show it's untrue or not happening. So, in identifying negation codes or words that indicate negations, for examples, not, no, never, none, cannot, and without, isn't, doesn't, won't, and a lot. So, those are the examples of negations. So, for example, a bamboo is a giant woody grass that grows chiefly in tropics where it is widely cultivated. So we all know that the bamboo is a giant woody grass that grows chiefly in the tropics. But even it is grows high and wide, it is not classified as a tree. Okay, so that is negation. For example, your friend told you that she is her mother. Even though she told you that she is her mother, but in your side, she's not your mother. Okay, so that is a negation. For example, when we say, she's not my friend. So that is negations because you are using the word not. Okay, so it indicates that she's not your friend. So it is untrue or not your friend. Okay, so that is negation. So in negations, so it gives the limitations of an idea or a concept. So you are using the word not, no, never, none, cannot, and without, or without, isn't, doesn't, want, and a lot. A lot of words that indicates negations. Fifth is the etymology or origin. So when we say etymology or origin, it is the pattern that shares the origin of the word. So basically, it is the origin of the word. So for example, webinar. So when we say webinar, it is a seminar conducted over the internet. So the word webinar is a combination of the words web, which means internet network, and seminar, which means a training or a meeting for discussions. So the word webinar is both a combination of the word web and seminar. So that is where the words came from. So there is the origin of the word. Last is what we call the historical references in pattern expanding definitions of words. Okay, so when we say historical references, is a pattern that shows how a word has been defined throughout history. So history, so when we say history, it is the branch of knowledge dealing with past events. Okay, past events. It is describes something that happened in the past. So for example, the word freedom. So it is means the ability to think, feel, say, or act however one chooses. So, and that is according to the definitions dictionary. While in historical references, so the definitions of freedom in historical references is that to our colonial forefathers, freedom meant having a voice in their government. So in history, the word freedom is often associated with liberty and autonomy in the sense of giving oneself one's law. So in historical references, freedom is the power or right to act, speak, and change as one wants without hindrance or restraint. So that is historical references. Okay, so I hope that you already understand what is expanded definitions and the pattern in expanding definitions of words. First is examples, second is the cause and effect, third is compare and contrast, fourth is negation, fifth is etymology or origin, and sixth is the historical references. Okay, goodbye everyone, and thank you for watching this video.